If you've noticed more turbulence recently on your flights, it might not be all your imagination, as we are expected to see more turbulence in a changing climate.
Turbulence is a common occurrence in the environment every day that can still be a nuisance to forecasters and pilots.
Now, turbulence is just describing the movement of air that happens around us every day, just winds blowing across the surface of the Earth. Since it's uneven and structures are in the way, that's causing the air to turn over and change direction. And turbulence is also responsible for most of our weather. Up and down movements of air is what causes those storms and clouds to form. That's why pilots will avoid those storms, but that turbulence can occur even in clear air near mountain ranges, and to the jet streams is where we can have this clear air turbulence. It is also a danger for flying, and this turbulence is on the increase. Studies are showing over North America and the Atlantic in the last 40 years or so, that has increased almost 20% just overall all categories of turbulence. The most severe kind of turbulence, though, is increasing the most. That's an over 50% jump. It's a lot of that due to our technological improvements, able to pick out this turbulence better, but changing climate patterns may also be bringing more of that.
Pilots deal with turbulence day to day, and I spoke with Nick Anderson, who has almost 50 years flying experience with the Royal Air Force and the Royal Australian Air Force. He says overall, most turbulence is just a nuisance.
Generally speaking, on a long-haul flight of 15, 16 hours, in the cruise you might get 10 minutes of turbulence, you might get half an hour off and on, but in comparison with the whole length of the flight, the vast majority of the flight's going to be beautifully smooth.
Nick also says severe turbulence has been rare even in his decades of flying.
The number of instances of severe turbulence that I encountered, I could hand on heart say less than the fingers on my hand.
Nick tells me the toughest part of dealing with turbulence is knowing when to turn seatbelt signs on.
That's just a matter of experience and judgment, as well as using the forecast technology that exists. Whenever you're in your seats, even if the seatbelt signs are off, just remember to keep your lap belts loosely fastened and you'll be much safer.
The most severe kind of turbulence is still very rare, and it's more likely still to be a nuisance for most of your flights. Reporting for tonight's ABC 17 Storm Track Climate Matters, I'm meteorologist Nate Splater.